One team play, one team produce, one team miss chances.
Well, in sport, we use the word inspirational quite frequently, but our next guest might give us a bit of perspective in the way we use that term. Michael Crossland is a motivational speaker, and he's got one hell of a story to tell us. He joins us now. Michael, thanks for being on the program.
Great to be here. Thanks for the invitation.
No, we talk about the idea of, I guess, overcoming the odds all the time in sports. Comebacks, adversity. Can you give our viewers an idea of why perhaps we don't have the best perspective and on that sort of term, and how amazing it is that you're even here talking to me?
Yeah, I think a lot of times with professional athletes and general run-of-the-mill people, I think it's important that sometimes we look out of our own lives and look at maybe other people's adversities and challenges as opposed to our own. And a story that I always share when I speak with athletes, and anybody in particular, is that sometimes we need to look out of our own shoes, or step out of our own shoes, and look at life through someone else's eyes. And when we do that, that old story of I cried when I didn't get a new pair of shoes until I saw a boy that had no feet makes real sense. So my journey has been a long one. I've been fighting cancer and the after effects of cancer nearly all my life, and it's been a lot of challenges, a lot of ups and downs, but it's been a privilege for me to be able to live the life that I get to live now.
But you almost undersell it there. I mean, your first chemo treatment was on your first birthday.
Yeah. You
battled with incredible health issues throughout your early adolescence. Can you give us an idea of what you had to I guess, overcome?
Yeah, chemo cycle was 5 days on, 2 days off, 5 days on, 2 days off, nearly 4 years. Then we went into a test drug called DTIC. They only trialled it on 25 kids. And unfortunately, out of the 25, I'm the only one that's still left standing. And the after effects of that drug have had some pretty nasty side effects. I was burnt throughout my entire body, outside and inside. I was covered in blisters. And I guess that's where the dream for me began, when I was in hospital, no skin on my hands, and my mum had the doctors put the needle in my head so they could continue the treatment. I'd cry just long enough for the veins to pop out, so I'd have my treatment. But because of that, the skin finally grew back on my hands because we weren't injecting needles. Mum bought me a Velcro glove and a Velcro ball, and one day I said to my mum that my dream one day is to play baseball in America, and nearly 10 years to the day that dream came true. At the age of 15, I got a chance to represent my country and play baseball in America for a few years, and got a chance to sign a scholarship to live in America and play baseball. It was a real dream come true.
It's an incredible story, and to think that it doesn't end there as well. I mean, you had further ongoing health issues. You went into the professional sector, extremely successful there, but then decided that perhaps wasn't for you. You've turned to motivational speaking since, and now you've gone on to speak to the likes of the Canterbury Bulldogs, James Magnuson, the Toronto Blue Jays. What do you say to these athletes? Do you basically say, you reckon you're doing it tough, harden up, look at what I've had to deal with?
Yeah, not so much that, but yes, in a light. I think it's very important that these athletes understand how lucky they are to be in a blessed enough position to truly be a hero to so many people around the world. And I think that they need to understand that no matter how tough it is for them, yeah, they've got to do the training, yeah, they've got to sign autographs, they've got to take photos, they've got to go and spend time with sick kids in hospital. No matter how tough they think their life is, there's people out in this world that have got it far worse than what they will ever have it. And I think that the more they can understand that, and the more they can understand that they are in a blessed position, that they can truly make a difference to the world and make the world and people's lives so much better, just simply by sharing their love and sharing their support of what they have, and even their skills, is a real gift.
Can you talk us through your time with the Canterbury Bulldogs? Because you were quite a pivotal part of their run towards a grand final in 2012.
Yeah, 2012 I had the chance to catch up with the guys in June, and it was maybe good timing, but they happened to go on a 12-game winning streak all the way through to the grand finals, and I got a chance to speak with the players. I was in the dressing rooms every game and got a chance to hang out with them on the field, and I guess it was really about just being in that environment, in that atmosphere, so that when they miss a tackle, when they knock on, when they do something that is not at the level that they expect of themselves, they realise, hey, you know what, it's not too bad, let's suck it up, let's pat each other on the back, let's move forward and make sure we get the next one. And to get that opportunity in 2012 and still spend some time with them now is a real privilege.
As a guy, though, who, I guess, preaches perspective to these sorts of blokes, is it then disappointing if you see them sort of trip up off the field? I mean, you no doubt witnessed the ongoing dramas that Ben Barber's had to deal with.
Yeah, it is, but at the end of the day as well, I'm a guy that has no real say in what they do off the field, or even in fact on the field. But for me, I think it's perspective. It's about people understanding that we all make mistakes. We all make choices that may not be the right choices. And as long as we can continue to learn from those choices to become better people, then I guess that's all we can ask for.
So you're not having too much trouble, I guess, generating compassion for guys who, the top of their game, big bank accounts, every potential material possession they could probably want.
Yeah, we spoke before we came on set, and it was exactly that. I was in a position in my career where I was earning lots of money, driving fancy cars, wearing fancy clothes, and I began to realise that in life it's not about how much we gain, but it's about how much we give. And to be able to share that message with these athletes, spending time with the Toronto Blue Jays in America, where some of these athletes they're earning 25, 30 million bucks a year, is an unbelievable amount of money. And to try and upskill and educate those guys on saying, you know what, you might have the house, you may have the car, but to be in a position where you can be so truly happy in life that you're changing people's lives and changing the world is what I think it's all about.
Do you come across athletes who simply don't want to hear it, who that's not the way that they're wired, and that's perhaps not what motivates?
Yeah, absolutely. You see all different walks of life, people that are so blocked off from the real world, they maybe are a little bit fearful of what the whole world is out there. But I think that my goal every day is to wake up, get out of bed and do my best in making a difference in just one person's life. And if I can do that, then what a great life I get to live.
It's obviously not just athletes that you attempt to help out. You've also done some work with people at the complete other end of the scale. There was an awful earthquake in Haiti, and you've been involved in trying to make a difference there.
Yeah, 2010 there was an earthquake, killed over 320,000 people, left millions of people homeless, and I was in a blessed position to head down there early last year, to rebuild a school for about 120 kids. And then in August I went back and rebuilt a school rebuilt an orphanage for 20 young kids. And to your point, you look at professional athletes earning $30 million a year, then you go down and you spend time with these kids that of a night time imagine what they would be eating because they're so poor that they don't have enough money to buy food is truly from one extreme to another.
And then of course you've got just your regular everyday Joe in the middle. Can you give us an idea, when you're trying to get the best out of someone, who's the easiest or the hardest, I guess, to motivate? Is it harder to motivate guys who are at the top of their profession, in the middle, or people who literally have next to nothing?
I think the guys at the top of their level are the guys that are the easiest because they want to continue to improve. They want to continually be at the peak level of their professional career. Whereas some of the guys that have just made it, they think that they're already there. And unfortunately, they are not so susceptible to change. They don't really want to do anything different. They're just happy to slowly work on it themselves. So, but I enjoy speaking with any athlete. I enjoy speaking with any person in particular. I am the National Ambassador for Camp Quality as well, an organisation that helps kids with cancer. And to be able to finally be able to be in a position where I can give back and help these young people is, it's really wonderful.
Just finally, we're running out of time, but your new role is working with the Australian Baseball League and specifically the Blue Sox. Can you just tell us that maybe some of your teammates aren't familiar with the work you've done?
Yeah, well, it's great because a lot of the players there are unaware of my life and my journey. I try and sneak in the back door and don't say too much, but it's been a great journey with the Blue Sox this year. They're 11 wins, 11 losses. 8-3 away and 8-3 away and 3-8 at home. So hopefully we can change that around. And but it's been a great journey with the Blue Sox, and I hope to see them up the top of the ladder late this season.
Yeah, fingers crossed for the Blue Sox. Michael, thanks for coming on. We really appreciate your time. It's been a fascinating talk.
Awesome, thanks.
Okay, well, with Australia now riding high after their Ashes victory.